Hello, everybody. Welcome. And as you guys can see, there's not many people here today because the girls are playing with each other right now in Isa's house. And Rafi has a swimming lesson, and Rehan also has another lesson. So it's just us, which is great. I can finally have a much more focused lesson, instead of having to individually check everyone's pieces of code. So let us start now. So since there's only four of you, so Adam and Lutfi, I would say you guys are in the same level, and Kenzie and Zaid, I would say you're also in the same level. And so Adam and Lutfi, I'm just you just continue on with the task previously, which is to input car, brand, and their model into a 2D array and output them. You know what? I think Kenzie and Zaid were on different levels. So Zaid, just a recap of last lesson, just input 10 vegetables into a 1D array and output them, which, hold on, I forgot to put, okay, you need to put 10 car brand and their model. And I would say for each car brand, put 5 models. And for Kenzie, buat Kenzie, sama kayak pelajaran sebelumnya, input 8 heights and output the max, min, and the average. So since there's only 4 of you, I should be able to help you a lot more. So everybody knows what they're doing.
Yes, I think.
All right, great.
So do we
If
have to
you,
make a do I have to make a program that like basically you have to input the car brands in like when the program is running or like in the code?
when the program is running, yeah, when the program is running. So once you run it, it will ask you to input 10 car brands, and for each car brand, input 5 models.
Okay.
You know what? For the sake of trying it out, I think we should reduce it because I think inputting 10 car brands and 5 model each would be too much. So just input 3 car brands and 3 models each. You know what? 2 models each.
Okay.
Because once we get it right for a small amount, we can get it right for a big amount.
Okay. Actually, I kind of forgot how to make a 2D array. Do I need to put like a...
All right, hold on. I'll show you how. Wait, but first of all, do you know what a 2D array is? Like, do you know how it stores stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll just open up my Python and show you how to declare one. Let's see, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
All right, so in Python, it's a bit more complicated if you want to declare a 2D array, because in Java, it's usually just the name of the array, and then it's just this, okay?
Uh-huh.
In Python, it's a little bit more complicated than that, because Python technically doesn't have 2D arrays. It's basically a 1D array that you manipulated. So you first
Okay.
declare your 1D array, okay? Table equals this, okay? So technically this right here, the table, is the name of your 2D array, but you
Mhm.
declare it as a 1D array. So then next thing you do, you set up the counter, okay? And then you do for r in range 2. And then this, the number in here, will determine how many rows your 2D array will have. And so right, so right here, you declare row, which is basically a 1D array that stores the row of the 2D array. And the next thing you do is do another for loop, okay, and you just add the rows together, okay, and then you increment the counter, and then you add it onto the table. So
Okay.
when I run it, So can you see it? So look, it's technically this is one row and this is another row, and it's technically inside a 1D array, which is inside these square brackets. Okay, so you can think of a 2D array as sort of a table.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just copy this image. All right, Lutfi, can you see this table here?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, so this is basically how a 2D array looks like. You have columns and you've got rows. So this is column 0. Remember, because an array starts at 0. So this is column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. And this is row 0, row 1, row 2. So if it's here, it's column 0 and row 0, here column 1 and row 0. So this is basically how data is stored in a 2D array. In a 1D array, there's no rows. Okay, it's basically just one row. It's just one row. It's like row 0, and then you have column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. You don't have row 1 or row 2 in a 1D array.
Okay.
Rafif, what should I do again? How many? How
There,
much? Oh, 10. Okay. Yeah, I think I finished.
All right. Just hold on a sec. I'll come to you.
Okay.
So this is the output of this code.
You said three car brands, right?
Yeah.
So is that the 3 in the C thing for C in range 3?
All right. So first thing we need to know is like, if you remember from the table before, okay,
Yes.
is that you first need to declare the first row, which is here. And then in that row, you start inputting data items. And so you input 1, 2, and 3. Because look, it's row.append. You're inputting the number 1, 2, and 3 into this 1D array called row. Okay. Okay, and then once this row is done, you take it onto the table. And then it repeats again. And this time it creates a new row. It goes all the way back up and creates a new row, which is this right here. This new row is now created. You can think of it like this. Hold on, let me just change the format slightly. So 1, 2, and 3, okay? And then a new row is created. Hold on. So a new row is created, and then it inputs the rest again, because it's 3, so you input 3 numbers onto this second row. I get this is a lot more confusing than Java, but do you get it?
I think I get it in this thing, but like I don't know how I would make that into like the car brand thing.
Okay, first thing you need to know is you don't need a counter. Okay, this counter, I only put it there so the 2D array will have values.
Okay.
So you don't need this counter. This counter plus equals 1, if you actually look at it, it's actually just incrementing 1, and every time it's incremented, it's inputted onto the 2D array. So you can remove this and this. I only did that so I can put data inside the 2D array.
Okay. Okay. So I think you just have to replace that with an input, I think.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, precisely.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So Zaid, can you share your screen?
Okay. How do you share your screen? Okay, never mind. Now, host disabled participant screen sharing.
Wait, Zaid, can you not share the screen?
Nope, I can't. It says host disabled participant screen share.
Oh my God. All right. Let me just tell my dad.
Oh.
Rafif, I enabled it. I'm a co-host.
Okay, I guess I'll share screen.
Epic moment.
What's moment?
Adam have ops, kinda OP. Oh, I can't screen share.
Wait, you can't? Or you
I
can?
can. No, I can.
Alright.
All right. So let's see. For I in range 10, ting equals str input enter vegetable start append ting for z in range length of vegetables print vegetable z, and these numbers like you it's an input, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I think you got it. I think you got it.
Yep.
All right, so then your next, share it on the whiteboard. All right, so now only Rehan is on this task.
I'm done with it as well.
All right, then let's check yours.
It says someone is also screen sharing, so I can't. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Have you run it? See if there's any problems.
I don't think. Oh wait, what? It didn't have a problem before. I don't know what happened here.
Invalid syntax. Have you tried putting a what's it called? Like a colon, not that colon, a semicolon.
This?
Yeah.
Uh,
But I'm not sure
oh
if
yeah.
it, but oh yeah, it does.
Look. There we go.
Okay, so you and Zaid can move on to the next task. Right, so Zayed, you know what, I'll just keep it here, just in case Kenzie is done. So I'll just create something new for you guys. So you guys created the vegetables array, okay? So next thing I want you to do is you've got when you input the vegetables, okay, instead of 10, because I wanted to make it shorter, put 6 vegetables, and I'll tell you why. Because this time, instead of putting random letters or words or numbers, I want you to actually put vegetables. And this is because, hold on, into A1D array. And this is because, so I want you to write a program that searches for a specific vegetable. So you're going to prompt them, you're going to print a question that says, enter the vegetable you want to search for. Okay.
And then,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're gonna print out this question or a statement. Okay, and then the user is going to enter. Say, but remember, whatever the user enters, it's gotta be in the array that you put. So if tomato is somewhere in your array, okay, and the user types in tomato, that's the vegetable I want to search for. The program will search through the entire array, okay, and once it finds tomato, it will output the index. So what do I mean by that? Let's say your vegetables array looks something like this. You've got lettuce, you've got aubergine. I don't think that's how you spell it, but whatever. You've got tomato, you've got cabbage, you've got lemon. Okay, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's put celery. Okay, so if your array looks something like this, okay, the program will loop through the entire array and will go, is this? And it will go, is this tomato? Nope, it's lettuce. Is this tomato? Nope, it's aubergine. Is this tomato? Yes, it's tomato. And guess where it is? It's on the third section. So the third section in an array is not 3, it's 2 because it's 0, 1, 2. So we'll output 2. That's what it will output. It will output the index, which is 2. Do you get it?
Wait, why will it output 2 again?
Because this program right here,
Yeah.
it searches for a specific vegetable and
Okay.
outputs its position in
Oh.
the array.
So if the user inputs aubergine, it's gonna output 2.
No, it will output 1 because an
Oh,
array is
1.
0, 1, 2.
Okay.
This is basically how the internet works. You basically type in the web address, okay, and then it will find the specific web address, okay, and if it's number 4, it will take the address of number 4 and it will launch the website from there. Because basically this www.bbc.com is basically just an address for the internet. You know, the internet works in a very similar way. The user enters what website they want to go to in the search engine, and the internet will search through its array, okay? And then we'll find, 123movies.com, it's here. And then usually in this area of the array, that is where the website is stored. So this is very similar to the internet.
Look, I tried making the thing. Can you just check if it's correct?
Okay, just share your screen.
I think it's wrong. I don't think it. I don't think it. Something's wrong. I don't know how.
All right, first of all, we need to know what's in what. So you've got car brands, which I think I asked you to input 3, and you've got models, which I think I asked you to input 2. Now,
Okay.
the rows should be the stuff in the rows. Yeah, the rows should be car brands, and the columns should be
Models. Wait.
Actually, sorry, I got that mixed up. No, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm right. What am I saying? Rows should be car brands and columns should be car models. Okay.
Okay, so row is the brand, and then the column. So that means
Yeah, that should be 3.
car.
Oh, okay, that's fine. And that should be models.
Yes.
So now you've
Okay.
created a sort of table that has 3 rows and 2 columns.
Yes.
All right, so here we go for R in range. You first created your little row array, okay, and now you're inputting the stuff in that row. So
Yes.
you should be inputting car brands instead of models,
Oh, okay.
because this right here, the second loop, you're inputting stuff onto the first row.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it will so in that row you'll input the brands, okay, and then look, row dot append, because you're putting stuff in that row, okay, and once you've put in two data items in that row, it will go up and create a new row, and then it's going to input 2 data items, and then it will go up and create the third row and input a
Okay.
final 2 data items, and then it should print your little table.
Do you have to define each item in the biggest array thing as the brand? Because you
What
say
do you mean?
each row is a brand, right?
Yeah.
So do you have to define each row like sorry, wait, like array thing 1 equals like something, I don't know, Lexus, or do you not have to do that?
You know what? Hold on. Let me just share my. I think it would be easier if I explain it that way.
Okay.
All right. So here it is. Okay. Now with your thing, we stop using counters. Okay. Let me just remove the counters. Okay. So let's do this. So we think we can both agree this is a much better model. It's easier to look at, so we'll not use this. Okay. So basically, first thing first is you want 3 rows because there's 3 car brands and 2 columns. So let's just swap this around. So it should create something like this. Okay.
Yes.
So you've got 1, 2, 3 rows, and you want 2 data items. So let's just put a comma there in each row. Okay. So the first thing the program does, it creates this first row. Okay, it creates this first row.
Yes.
Okay, and now you're putting 2 items inside this first row. So let's say this first row is a Ford. So you input Explorer, and then you input, and then let's see, the next one is Edge, Ford Edge. Okay, so that's the Ford row. And the next thing is Mercedes-Benz. Let's say, so you put in S-Class and GLS. And then the next one is, I don't know, Hyundai or Toyota. Okay, Toyota is good. So it's Avanza and Innova. So that's the Ford row. That's the Mercedes row. And that's the Toyota row.
Yes.
So, you know, so this will be useful is when you're searching for a car, you know that everything in row 1, or in an array's case, row 0, contains only Ford items. And anything in row 2 only contains Mercedes items. And anything in row 3 only contains Toyota items. So it'd be a lot easier to search.
Okay. All right. I think I get it now.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty much done then.
All right, then share your screen.
Yeah, hang on. All right. I decided to switch it to like phone brands because I'm more familiar with that.
All right, no problem.
So let's say the first is Samsung. So the Galaxy S, and then Galaxy J. Then the next would be Xiaomi. We got Mate, and hang on. Oh yeah. And then the Mi, and then iPhone. You got, no, actually, Yeah, I'll just input whatever. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah. See, so now this is the first row. You got Galaxy S, Galaxy J. Second row, Mate and Me. Third row. All right, so
Yeah.
this is good. This is a good step. But now, from my code there, you can see that even though it's a different brand, it's still outputting the same output statement: input brands, input brands, input brands, input brands. Now, what I want you to do is this. Okay, so let me just share my screen. So, instead of saying input brands, you know what? I'll just do it on the whiteboard. So instead of saying input brands, okay, let's say like for the first two array, for the first row, it will say input Samsung brands. Okay. And then once it reaches the second row, it will say input Xiaomi. Hold on, Xiaomi brands. And then once you reach the third row, it would be Apple brands. Now there's a variety of ways you can do this, but every time the program moves to another row, I want it to have a different input statement.
Okay.
Okay, so you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rafif, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll share my screen, okay?
All right.
Okay, here. I don't know what I did wrong.
All right. So, okay, you declared two arrays of the exact same name. Now wait. First of all, do you want to input it beforehand, like before the program is run, or do you want to input when the program is run?
When the program is run.
Okay, so if you want to input when the program is run, you got to delete the second line. Okay, and then look, and here, this is where you input it, like what vegetable. Ooh, okay. Hold on. This input statement, you got to put it outside of a loop because it's a search bar. You don't search for bbc.com 6 times before you get to bbc.com. So that's got to be outside
Okay.
of a loop.
There.
Just put it all the way down with no indentation, like down at the bottom of your program, like in line 9. Put this thing in line 9.
In line 9.
Yes. And change the variable from thing because you're gonna use that to input things into your array. So change the variable. Change it to like search. Search. Okay. So now here you've got to write an input statement inside the loop that allows you to input vegetables into the array, just like before. You can use the thing again, the thing variable.
Okay. Wait, so what am I supposed to write here? An input.
You're supposed to write an input statement that allows you to input vegetables into your array. Wait, why is it an int? Because you're inputting vegetables, tomato, So it's not a number, it's a string.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Then?
You didn't put the input. You forgot to say input. There. Look at the input statement you made in line 10. It's almost identical.
Oh, okay.
You gotta put an extra. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now you've got the input statement, which allows you to input stuff onto your array. Okay.
Okay.
So when the program is run, you're gonna input 6 vegetables. Okay, and then at the end of the program, it's going to ask you what vegetable would you like, and then you're gonna say celery. You're gonna say something like celery. Okay. And the program will look through the entire array until celery is found. So
Okay.
use a loop. You use a loop until celery is found.
Okay. But so here, do I need to make a new array to fill up the vegetables?
No, no, you don't. You've already made the only array that you need.
Oh, so then later I put vegetables, and then at the end it will ask me what vegetable you would like, and then it will basically tell me which it will output where my vegetable was, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So now you got to write a program that searches through the array for a value that equals the search. But first things first, of course, you gotta create your array. Zaid, all I'm gonna say is, in my opinion,
Yeah.
on programs, when you're creating a search program, it's better to have the arrays preloaded, because every time you want to run the program, you have to enter the stuff in the array again. So in my opinion, it's better to have the arrays already preloaded.
Like this array?
Yeah, but you enter the stuff already in there,
Yeah.
like you did before. Because you know how to input things in an array, right? So you don't need to keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
To save time, just have the array preloaded.
Okay.
Saya sudah selesai. Oke, share screen-nya Kenzi. Oke, kita lihat total sama dengan 0. 4K in range, height. Total equals total plus height, max, min. Average equals total. Terus ini yang keluar 6, 1, dan 3,75 kan? Iya. Ya oke, berarti benar program ini. Oke, berarti Kenzi ini sudah selesai. Berarti sekarang ke yang level ini. Nah ini pasti Kenzi belum tahu sekarang, jadi biar saya ngajarin dulu. So array itu adalah kayak kayak kotak buat data, biar data bisa ditaruh di kotak itu. Dan cara buat kotak itu, Kenzi harus bilang apa nama kotaknya. Misalnya namanya mobil, merek mobil. Oke. Ini nama kotaknya Kenzi. Oke. Nama array-nya. Terus buat tanda sama dengan, terus buat bracket kotak. Kayak gini. Nah, ini Kenzi sudah membuat array-nya. Nah, setelah itu Kenzi mau taruh nama-nama merek mobil di dalam array ini. Caranya pakai loop kayak biasa. Terus mau berapa merek mobil Kenzi taruh di dalam sini? Kalau mau taruh 6, tulis 6. Oke. Habis itu harus input. Ini saya singkatkan. Sebenarnya cara benernya nggak kayak gini, tapi saya mau singkatkan. Input merek. Oke. Dah. Kenzi akan taruh nama merek mobil di sini. Oke. Dah, habis itu merek mobil di sini. Nah, kalimat ini itu kalimat kata append ini itu artinya menaruh ke dalam array ini. Dah, pas Kenzi input merek, oke, akan dimasukkan ke array merek mobil. Kita singkatkan aja biar lebih gampang. Oke. Jadi pas Kenzi input merek akan dimasukkan ke mobil dengan kalimat mobil.append. Terus kita lihat kayak mana itu. Oke, misalnya Kenzi inputnya Hyundai. Oke. Hyundai akan ditaruh di dalam array namanya mobil. Mobil.append itu artinya taruh di dalam array mobil. Terus misalnya kan di inputnya Hyundai, ini akan masuk ke sini. Oke. Terus dia ke atas lagi. Terus Kenzi harus input merek lagi. Terus sekarang misalnya Kenzi inputnya Ford. Oke. Ford. Oke, Ford kan merek. Merek dimasukin ke dalam array mobil. Dan itu terus sampai Kenzi input 6 merek mobil. Dah. Kan udah 6 merek mobil nih. Kalau udah selesai ya keluar dari loop ini. Oke. Kenzi sudah taruh merek-merek mobil ke dalam array ini. Oke. Dah setelah itu kan ini dibilang output them. Oke. Itu artinya Kenzi harus print ini di programnya. Dan cara ngeprint array itu, ngeprint itu sama dengan output. Oke, cara output data-data di dalam array ini, caranya pakai loop juga. for I in range. Kayak gini caranya output merek-merek yang di dalam array ini. Terus Kenzi pasti bingung, apa ini mobil? Apa ini artinya mobil brackets kotak I? Oke. Ini artinya adalah sini. Misalnya kan mobil ini terus saya taruh 1. Oke. Ini apa yang akan keluar? Yang akan keluar Ford. Karena array itu dia kayak gini caranya. Dia kayak gini bekerjanya. Ini merek nomor 0, ini merek nomor 1, ini merek nomor 2, nomor 3, nomor 4, nomor 5. Array itu enggak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dia itu 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, dan 5. Oke. Dan kalau mobil 1 itu adalah 0, 1, berarti Ford. Misalnya kalau ini saya tulis mobil 4, itu apa yang akan keluar?
Jaguar.
Ya, Jaguar, benar sekali. Yang akan keluar Jaguar. Kalau saya taruh 2, apa yang akan keluar?
Mercedes.
Mercedes, benar. Jadi, program bagian ini adalah print mobil brackets kotak I adalah kayak gini. Kan itu akan mulai dari 0. Mobil 0, dia akan print mobil, karena I saat ini sama dengan 0. Jadi akan print Hyundai. Habis itu dia akan tetap menaik. Habis itu sekarang mobil 1. Terus itu akan keluar Ford. Dan habis itu mobil 2. Itu akan keluar Mercedes. Dah. Jadi bagian yang bawah ini itu akan mengoutput semua yang di dalam array mobil ini. Jadi program ini ada 2 bagian. Satu untuk menaruh merek-merek ke dalam array mobil, dan bagian kedua adalah untuk mengoutput semua merek-merek yang di dalam array mobil. Oke, sekarang Kenzi harus menerapkan konsep ini, tapi sekarang bukan untuk merek mobil. Sekarang buat untuk sayuran. Sama aja kodenya, tapi ini sekarang Kenzi harus memasukkan sayuran ke dalam array dan akan mengoutput semua sayuran yang di dalam array itu. Paham Kenzi?
Iya.
Oke.
Masih Kak.
Okay, Rafif, in my code everything is right, but it still doesn't it doesn't output which number the vegetable I inputted.
All right, just share your screen. All right. So Zaid, it's not this simple to find the index. So you go, first of all, you got to delete that print bracket search. Okay. So how you search an item in an array, you've got to use a loop. Okay. You've got to use a loop because when you're searching for something, you're looking at each item in the array sequentially. So let me just show you. All right, Zaid, just forget the first bit. That's for Lutfi and Adam. So this is the second bit, okay? So when you're so let's say you have your vegetable array, and it has this stuff. Okay, you have this. These are the items in your array, okay?
Okay.
So in order to search for them, okay, you've got to use a loop. Okay, so you got to use a loop. And so what's happening here is it's going to go through each item in the array. And so the next thing you need to do is do vegetable I. Actually, you need to use an if statement. So if vegetable I equals search, then you would output I, and then you would do break. Now, what break basically does is that it stops the loop, you know, because once you found it,
Once you find
you
it,
don't need to search the other data item. So what break does is it stops the loop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it breaks it. So for I in range, so basically it goes through each item. So I will start at 0. If vegetable 0, and what's vegetable 0 right now? Tomato. And let's say search is, you want to search for uh, lettuce. Okay. Okay, vegetable 0, tomato. Does tomato equal lettuce? No, it doesn't. So it doesn't go down here. It goes back up again. Now 1,
Onion.
an onion, vegetable 1 is onion. Does onion equal lettuce? No, it doesn't. So it doesn't go down here. It goes on and on and on until 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes on and on and on until vegetable 4, where you'll find lettuce. Now, does lettuce equal lettuce? Yes, it does. It does equal lettuce. So it goes down here. It will output I, but obviously it would be print I. Okay. It would, which is the index, which is I right now is 4. So it would print 4 and it would break the loop. So it doesn't keep searching through it again.
Okay.
So first thing you gotta do is have a preloaded array, and then have a loop to search through each item in the array and compare it. Does it equal the search? If it does equal the search, then you output the index and you break the loop.
Okay, but once I remember I preloaded the array, there was an error
Yeah.
for some reason.
All right. Just show me your screen.
Okay.
Okay. So Zaid, now you don't really need this first bit. Yeah, you don't really need this first bit. This first loop bit, you don't really need it because you already got the array preloaded.
Oh yeah.
You've already preloaded the arrays. So you don't need this append because you're not putting anything into the array. Delete it as well. And you don't want input anything in the array, so you can delete the second loop as well. Because you don't want to output anything from the array. Okay, so after the search is where you will start your loop. So what we just did.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So wait. Wait a sec. Yeah, okay.
Rafi, if I finish the code, should I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Um, can you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I
So
added a feature so you can select your brand for the first. It's only 3.
Okay.
First brand is Samsung. Model
Okay.
S10, A9.
Okay.
I don't know. It's Huawei. P40. Oh, misspelled that. And Mate 40. And
Okay.
then Apple. iPhone 12. iPad Air. Here we go. And it shows all of them.
Brilliant. You did it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll just check on a few others and then I'll come back to you with a new task.
All right.
I thought of a way, but it's not working.
All right, just share your screen.
When I run it, it stays on Samsung. The sequence doesn't change.
I think it might have been because you did equal plus. I think it should be plus equals.
Okay, let's try that. Okay. Run module. Okay. Ah, there you go.
Okay.
It works. All right. This thing is just the sequence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just printed it out to see what it would result.
All right. So hold on. I'm making a new task for you and Adam. So Lutfi, Adam, uh, ignore this. Just focus on this bit. So basically, right now in your program, it outputs something like this, right? And then you have that. Okay. Now that's great. Right now that's great, but we want to make it more visually understandable. So what I want is for your program to output something like this. Okay, so basically this Ford, Mercedes, Toyota, they're all brands in an array called brand. Okay, and so I want you to use a double loop to output something like this. So in each loop, you do print, and you guys know how to concatenate, right? So you do brand I plus or and, I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's and okay, and your little 2D array. So I think it's table and then I. So it's, this, it starts something like this. It's up to you guys for you to expand what I just did, because I don't want to do the entire program for you, but what I want is for you guys to input something like this. So, you know, it outputs the first brand, and you add it with the models from your 2D array. So do you guys get it?
I think so.
I think
We
so,
have,
yeah.
we have to make a loop, right? Double loop.
Yeah, a double loop. You know, to output, you know, you first gotta output, since basically this right here is one string.
Yes.
You get it? So this is one string, and then it loops, and then it outputs this, and then it loops, and then it outputs this. You know, so in the end, you will have a nice little table of car brands. But in your case, it's phone brands.
Okay. I actually need to go now. So yeah,
All right.
I'll do it later. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Lutfi. Bye.
Bye.
Rafif, I'm sorry, but I have another problem.
All right. Just share your screen.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. Can you not do this in Python? You know what? This I would need to look into preloaded arrays in Python. Right now, just use an unloaded array like before. So you gotta have a loop for inputting.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think you can only do this in Java. I'm not sure. I might need to check.
Okay.
But yeah, this search mechanism should work. It should work. So just create your array, and the search mechanism.
Okay.
Zaid, I just realized
What?
it was kind of a stupid mistake. I didn't see it, but I just realized when you're putting strings in an array, you've got to put speech marks. That's why it said tomato not recognized, because there is no number called tomato. If you don't put a speech mark, then the Python will think it's a number. So go back to your preloaded array
Yeah.
and just put speech marks in each data item, and I think it should work.
Wait, what's a speech mark exactly?
Speech mark is this. Hold on. This is a speech mark.
Oh, okay.
That's a speech mark.
So
just put that.
basically, we need to make so basically the computer doesn't know it's a word.
Yeah, if you don't put a speech mark, it thinks it's a number.
Okay, thank you.
Rafif, I think I did it.
All right, just share your screen.
Alright, here it
Okay.
is.
So you input stuff onto your array, and you
Yes.
said you want lettuce, and lettuce should be 0, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yep, it's right.
Yeah.
All right, so Rehan, we're approaching the end of the lesson. So if you're done with this, you can leave.
Alright, thanks.
All right, thanks. Bye, Rehan.
Bye. Bye.
Kak, saya sudah.
Sudah, Kenzi. Coba share screen-nya. Oke, kita lihat. Nama sayuran, oke. Vegetables.append, oke. Ini berarti memasukkan ke array-nya. For v and range. Oke, benar semua. Terus Kenzi, ini sudah akhir kelas, jadi kalau Kenzi sudah selesai, Kenzi bisa pergi.
Kak,
Sama-sama. Bye-bye.
Rafif, I still can't find a way for it to actually run properly.
All right, just share your screen. Okay, so did you put speech marks?
Yes.
Zaid, you made that mistake again. Look, search, the S is small. No, it's nothing like that. It's just that, look, the S is small and you put the S big. That was your mistake. So this should work now. Whoa, hold on. Why are you inputting vegetables? You should input the index. I mean, sorry, not input, the output, my bad. And that's not how you output. You output using print.
Wait, where do I put print? Outside the loop?
No, inside. Here, where you put output. You had it right the first time, but you changed it with output.
Oh.
There we go. And I think, oh, hold on. I think you got to put semicolon after print
Oh, yeah. Okay.
because Rehan made that mistake before. There we go. Okay, hold on. Name. Zaid, if you did 4i in range, why are you putting x? It should be I. Because you're doing, if you do 4x in range, then you can do x.
X, okay.
But since you did I, you got to put I here. Zaid, you got to put square brackets instead of circle brackets on vegetables. No, for print it's circle brackets.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
All right, so I think it works. All right, so since you're done,
Okay.
you can leave.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zaid. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Adam, it's only you and Hasna left. Look. Oh wait, Adam's gone. Hasna?
Yes.
Hasna, mau saya ngomong bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris?
Mana aja. Mana aja.
Bahasa Inggris ngerti kan?
Iya.
Ya, karena lebih gampang jelaskan dengan bahasa Inggris. Okay. So Hasna, can you please show me what you've done today? I would just want to see the code that you've produced today. Share screen.
Oh ya Kak. Nah kan pakai I forgot how to use this Phyton.
Oh, you go to file, pencet file, and then you go new file. A new file at the very top. There we go. And then you type in your code there. Right, so this, oh, okay. Okay. So did you run this or?
Valid syntax.
Oh, okay, okay. So Hasna, this is, I think, the array task, isn't it?
What?
This is the array task. The one on arrays. Isn't it? Because look what you're doing here, you're doing arrays.
What? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Did you finish the first task on the heights, on the min, max, and average?
Yes, but I think I deleted. I don't remember.
Did it work?
Yes.
Okay, so if it works, then you got to move on to arrays. But you didn't tell me you finished. But if you would have told me you finished, then
I think I already share my screen before.
Are you sure? Because
yes.
Oh yeah, that was last lesson. Yeah. Okay, so for the arrays task, I haven't taught you how to do arrays yet, so I'm not really sure if you can do this. But you've got most of it right, except the input statement. That's not how we input stuff. So in order to input stuff, you got to put the variable name first, and then you do input. So you delete that. So delete that entire line. Okay. And now what do you want the variable to be called? Vegetables, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you put vegetables. I wouldn't make the variable called vegetables because you already have an array called vegetables. You know, name it something different.
Oh.
Because you don't want to have a variable and an array with the same name.
Okay. Can I call it example?
Yeah, no problem. It doesn't matter what the name is. It's a variable. You could call it things, items, whatever. All right, so you do example and then you do equals. You got a yes, okay. and then you do space, and then you got to do str, and then brackets. Now this str, okay, is basically to tell the program that you're inputting a string. You're not inputting numbers, you're inputting a string. String is basically words. That's what a string is. So anything inside this bracket means it's a string. So now you put input. Now you put brackets. Now you put speech marks. Now this is the prompt. This is the prompt statement. So you can write something like enter vegetables or input some vegetables. It doesn't matter what the prompt statement is. It just has to make sense. Yep. Yep, good. And now you close the brackets. Good. So now you're gonna input vegetable names onto the variable example. Now you gotta put the variable example into the array vegetables. So you gotta do vegetables dot append example inside the bracket. Because you're putting example inside the vegetables array. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're putting stuff into an empty array, there's no need to have a preloaded array. So delete this line, vegetables, all of this stuff. Just delete it. Okay, good. So now this program should work. Try running it. If you can't think of any vegetables, just write anything. We're only here to test.
Okay.
But make sure they're different. There we go. So you've inputted all these data items into the array, and they've outputted.
Okay.
So you're done. Great job. So the lesson's ended, so you can leave.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.